I woke up in the morning, I say I need one of those. They got me trying all they clothes. They got me trying all they clothes. I swear to God, I never wear a dress.
What's good, YouTube? Wherever you're watching this video, I appreciate you for spending your time right here, right now. In today's video, I'm going to be explaining how to make women less intimidated as a handsome man. Before we get into the video, I want to say I appreciate all the new supporters, all the supporters who've been here from the start. Welcome to the channel if you're new, and let's get straight into it. Now guys, why is it important to make women less intimidated as a handsome man? Well, first thing first, you need to realize the reason a lot of you handsome guys fumble women isn't because of your looks, because you're attractive. A lot of the times it's because you don't understand that women find you to be an intimidated person to be around. And a lot of the times also, men, they look at women based upon their programming, they look at women as their equal. And not only do they look at women as their equal, so they don't realize that she's in an inferior position because that she's not your equal. A lot of men, they also look at women like they're not insecure. A lot of men have been fed this lie that women are confident, you know, the whole bad bitch energy. So a lot of men think women are supreme beings who are super confident. And a lot of times, the man approaching the woman, he's more nervous than the woman. A lot of the times because he thinks she's super confident. So he's like, oh wow, I'm about to approach this super confident person. Little does he know, she's a lot more intimidated by you than you really should be of her. You know, you really shouldn't be intimidated of her because a lot of women are insecure. They're in an inferior position when it comes to dealing with you as a man, but a lot of men don't know that, so they put women at an equal position and then they start getting their anxiety, not realizing you should look at her as an inferior and you wouldn't have all that anxiety and nerves when it comes to approaching her. What's been working for me personally and my best advice I can give you is have a conversation that is above surface level. Now, what do I mean by have a conversation that's above surface level? Let me explain. If you're having a conversation with a woman and the conversation is kind of surface level, it's about looks, it's about stuff like that, it's gonna make her intimidated because if we're talking about looks and stuff that's on the surface level, a lot of the time she's gonna be intimidated. But if you can actually have a intellectual conversation with a woman, guess what? She's not gonna forget completely that you're handsome because she knows she's in the presence of a handsome guy, but she's not gonna be as focused on the looks, which is gonna calm her nerves down. If you're able to have a conversation about stuff that's above surface level, she's not gonna think about surface level stuff like looks. She's gonna think about stuff outside and above the surface level. But what a lot of you guys do is have a conversation that's on the surface level, not realizing the more you talk about the surface level things, the more intimidated she's going to be by you, especially if you're successful as well on top of your looks. She's going to be even more intimidated if you talk about surface level things. So you want to have a deep intellectual conversation with her that goes above the surface level so she can damn near forget about the looks and she won't be that intimidated. Now, another way to make women less intimidated as a handsome man when you're dealing with them is you as a handsome man, you need to not rush. You need to not rush. Now, a lot of times as a handsome man, when you're aggressive, it can pay off. But you need to realize when you're dealing with a woman who is kind of intimidated by you and you can kind of pick up signals that she's not the most secure woman and she finds you intimidating to be around, you've got to realize you can't really be that aggressive with these type of women. You have to have a balance of being passive and aggressive with these type of women in terms of knowing when to bite, knowing when to pull back, knowing when to bite again, knowing when to pull back. Because you see, when you're dealing with a woman that's intimidated by you and you're aggressive, it's not gonna cool off her nerves. It's like when you see an animal in nature and you don't want to rush and be too quick. The animal's already scared of you. So if you do any quick sudden movements, it's probably gonna try and kill you. It's kind of the same with females. You gotta realize when you're dealing with a female and she's already intimidated by you and you're too aggressive, it's gonna make her even more intimidated. She's probably gonna do something that's self-sabotaging as well. Now guys, I need to throw this in here. With everything I've told you in this video, you need to find a balance. That's the key. Find a balance because yes, now you're dealing with a woman and you understand that, okay, I need to make her not as intimidated as she was originally. But you don't want to friend zone yourself as well. You don't want to be too reserved and too passive to the point where she doesn't really feel that dominance anymore. It is okay for her to be intimidated and it's kind of gonna work in your favor, the fact that she's intimidated, because that means she kind of finds you to be someone who's superior. She finds you to be someone who's superior. So If she is intimidated by you, that's okay, but you don't want to be, okay, she's intimidated, let me be too relaxed, let me be too reserved. You still have to have a certain level of dominance, but just don't be too reserved. Guys, I appreciate you for watching this video. Wherever you've watched this video, I hope you have a blessed day. And guys, if you're looking for any consultations, make sure to DM me on Instagram. I reply back to all my DMs, all my emails. I appreciate every single one of you. Wherever you watch this, once again, take care of yourself, and I'm out.